Three scary Among Us stories. Story 1. It was a rainy day, so I decided to play Among Us since there was no school the next day. I lived by myself. I was in 12th grade. So I had my own house to myself because I was 18 and I moved out. So it was one rainy day. So I decided to hop on my PC to play some Among Us. And if you guys don't know what Among Us is, it's basically like this this game that with the imposter has to try to kill everybody, but you have to try to vote the imposter out. But so I was playing some Among Us and I created my own round. Usually I'll just find a round, but today it was something different because it was a rainy day, there's nothing else to do. So I created my own round, and all of a sudden this guy I'd never seen before, he had the same color as me because usually I pick red. He had the same color as me. His name was Eris Loris. And he was spamming all these hack links. Like one said like subscribe to my channel on YouTube or your device will get hacked. Now, I didn't believe it because it was probably one of the kids playing, but hacking. So, but all of a sudden he left. I was about to ban him, but he left. So, after 10 people were in, I decided to start the round. And then when the screen said crewmate for me, which a crewmate means in Among Us that you're not the imposter, you're just one of the survivors that has to get out an imposter. You could have up to 3 imposters, but as I looked in the corner, Sorry Sorrel was a different name. And he looked just like Eris Loris. I was so confused because I didn't see him in my lobby. So then it was on a regular game, but 5 minutes into the game, I seen Sorrel walk out of the skilled ship. That's one of the ships in Among Us, the maps. He was walking out into space. It was so creepy. It looked like he was doing the moonwalk. But then he left the game. 5 more minutes into the game, he was back. Now, I was curious because how could he get back when the game already started? So, basically, I was doing asteroids, and then all of a sudden, 5 more minutes in, I was doing asteroids, and then all of a sudden, Sorrel teleports near me. He goes closer to me, closer, and then he kills me. Why am I a ghost? I decided, he typed in the chat saying the same hack link. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube or I'll hack your device. And then he did a smiley face. Now, I said F off and don't talk to me and stuff. But he continued to say get hacked or be back. He said get hacked or I'll be back. So then that kind of tripped me out. I shut off my PC and I didn't go on for the rest of my day. As I was sleeping that night, I heard something. I heard the doorbell ring. Bang, bang. I didn't know who it was because it was the middle of the night. But I look outside and there's nobody there. But there was a note on my door. It said, subscribe to my channel or I'll be back for more. And I totally freak out. I called the cops and let them know about the Sorrel guy and Eris Loris. But they had nothing they could do because he just was a computer, they told me. They tried calming me down. But I'll never play Among Us again after that incident. Story 2. It was one of those days where it was nighttime at the middle of the night. I decided to play Among Us on my Nintendo Switch that I had for an early Christmas present. It was around Christmas time, and I was playing Among Us. I decided to join around, like most people do, but then all of a sudden, I go in the round and every single person has a witch hat on. Now I was curious, but like the same, I wasn't nervous at all because it was probably just kids having their own time, just having the same hat on. But one of the kids said, "Put the witch hat on, or else you'll die." Now I was like, I didn't think anything of it because it was probably just kids playing around. But when the game started, I was a crewmate, and I went into electrical to fix the lights when the lights were sabotaged, and then Yellow killed me. All the people were there and saw him kill, but they didn't do anything of it. They kept on circling around my body. It was so terrifying. I didn't think anything of this, but I was like, okay, well, that's odd. So the next game starts, and I'm an imposter. So then I kill Red. But then, how does? But then, when Red's body was found, Red was still alive. Now I know it could have been a glitch from the game because of the new updates, but I didn't think anything of it. Still, they all voted me out since Red told them the truth. But still, they were circling around Red's body. It was so weird. I just decided to leave the game. Later on that night, I heard footsteps in my kitchen. Coming, like, just walking, smacking something off the ground. Like, it sounded like a paper, like, I don't know what it was, but I was too scared because the incident that happened today. But I had enough courage to get up and go check. What I seen in the kitchen will leave you mouth opening. I just couldn't believe any of this. How did the witches know my address? There was a witch hat laying in the middle of the floor, and there was a note saying, "I'll be back for more." I decided to call the police, but they didn't do anything. They just said somebody was in your property because I don't remember leaving a witch hat there. I don't even own a witch hat, but there's nothing they could do. Since it was just regular kids probably playing. Probably, I don't know their age though, but they decided to just go back to their thingy. But that never happened for the rest of the game. I still play Among Us today, but when I see a witch hat on, that's when I leave. Story 3. Now, you guys all know the airship who plays Among Us. Wrong. I'll never be playing on the airship map again after this coincidence that happened. So, it was one of those days where I got out of school because it was a half day. And basically, I decided to hop on my phone to play some Among Us. So, when I was playing Among Us, it was the day that the airship came out. I was so excited. So I automatically clicked on to the airship map and I played free play. I was playing free play. So as I was exploring the airship map before I get into a real game, I seen a character, but there's only dummies. But that was weird because he had a name. It wasn't dummy. It wasn't dummy. 4 or 3 or like something free play. His name was my name, the same color as me. I was purple. But yeah. So basically, I didn't think much of it because it was part of the glitch from the airship map. So I decided to restart my game, but when I got into free play, the same person was there again. Now I don't know what's happening because obviously the updates, but then all of a sudden I hear a voice. He had one of those voice mic things from an app. He said, "I know you." That totally made me drop my phone, and I'm totally freaked out. I got onto my mic thing, which I have, and said, "Who is this?" He said, "Your mom and dad." Now, my mom and dad weren't home, and none of my mom and dad talked like that. I was pretty sure it was one of my brothers playing a prank on me, but I went up to his room. He wasn't there. So I searched the whole house for him, but he was not in the house. Maybe he went with mom and dad to the grocery store, because he is only 5 years old, and he plays Among Us too. He's actually pretty good at the game, I would say. But then, all of a sudden, the guy left. I decided to join a lobby, but he was hosting it. I was the only one in there with him. And all of a sudden, the public side turned into private. Then all of a sudden, he said, "I know your name." And then I totally freaked out. I was like, "Well, then what's my name?" And then he said, "Bill." That totally freaked me out because how will he know my name? Then all of a sudden, footsteps. It sounded like somebody was holding like a machete. I totally dropped my phone. And what was behind me will leave me in nightmares forever. It was this old man. How did he get into my house? I wonder why. I'd scream while he throws a machete at me. He missed, thank God. Because if he didn't miss, I would not be here today. I ran to the next door neighbor's house. Then all of a sudden, I begged them to let me in. They weren't home. But he come closer and closer and closer. Then I scream until all the other neighbor hears me. And then they pull out the gun to scare him off. They have a rifle to scare him off. They get out of their yard and shoot it a couple times. But that woke up all the neighbors. That just left them terrified. One of the neighbors called the cops, but the guy explained. I wasn't the guy, but one of my next door neighbors, because obviously the guy ran off somewhere into the woods. So the cops go search for him into the woods, but they didn't find anybody. But this thing will leave me nightmares forever. He was a homeless man, and because they seen a note in one of my crawl spaces underneath the the porch. It said, "I love Among Us. Among Us is my life. I like to hack you. So will you die." Which was freaking out, man. And the worst part is, it said I was living in here for 10 years. We never even opened that crawl space for 10 years. That will leave me terrified and nightmares forever. I don't play Among Us anymore because of that coincidence. But this story will give me creeps forever.